SCP-1053 is called Locked in a Room, and from what I can tell by the thumbnail and just the idea of what it's called, I'm already kind of worried. Like, getting in a trapped situation, like the slide SCP that we saw a little while back, really freaky. We're gonna react to this one today, guys. It's from SCP Exposed. Make sure to subscribe to him. Subscribe to me if you like reaction videos, and let's get into this one.
The sound of a dog howling in the distance broke through the eerie silence of the night. The hiker was alone and completely lost. He stumbled through the dense undergrowth of the forest. He cursed
hiking
again.
in the woods?
He wished he'd never set off on this hike. He was lost, hungry, and was pretty sure he was gonna die if he didn't find shelter soon. He had no idea which direction to take, but he knew he had to keep on walking.
Sure.
He stopped suddenly and looked behind him. What was that? The hairs on his arms stood up on end, and a shiver ran down his spine. He felt sure that someone or something was watching him. He was beginning to walk faster. His senses were on overdrive. He was so upset with himself for venturing off the beaten track. His adventurous streak had gotten the better of him, and now he was paying the price. He felt as if something was moving to his right. He froze. Was that a person there? Or was it just the shadow of a tree?
Oh my
he was
God,
dude. To get pretty creeped out by now.
That would play tricks on your mind if you worried like that.
Suddenly, he saw a clearing ahead, lit up by the light from the moon. His spirits lifted slightly. Maybe this was a way out of the forest. As he got nearer, he saw an old cottage in the distance. There were no lights on, but that didn't discourage him.
You're gonna get locked.
It was already late, so perhaps the occupants were already sleeping. When he reached the cottage, he knocked hard on the door, but nobody came. He waited a few seconds and then knocked again. The door swung open with a creak.
Hello?
Hello? Hello? He shouted. Is there anyone home? There didn't seem to be anyone there, but
the forest at night is creepy enough, but a house in the forest at night,
suddenly,
even worse.
He heard a loud bang. The door had slammed shut behind him.
You locked
He
in,
spun
buddy.
around in fear, his heart pounding. Don't let your imagination play with your mind, he said out loud to calm himself down.
The door just
It was
closed
just the wind blowing the door closed.
No.
He was just about to call out for help again when he heard a noise coming from upstairs. He started to climb the stairs. Hello? Can you help me, please? I'm lost.
Hello?
He reached the top of the stairs and saw a door at the end of the hallway. The sound seemed to be coming from inside.
The devil.
It was a scratching, similar to something clawing at the door.
It's not a pentagram, but it looks like a witch's
growling howl. He shivered with fear. His gut feeling was to run, but he had no idea where to run to. This was his only chance of help. He walked towards the door. Suddenly, he let out an agonized scream. He looked down to see his whole body was covered in lacerations.
What the heck?
It was like nothing he had ever felt before. He felt himself being pulled towards the gap between the door and its jamb. He tried to fight it, but his body was too weak. Welcome back to SCP Exposed. Today we bring you the Keter-class subject, SCP-1053.
Tell us about it,
But before I
please.
go on, don't forget to subscribe to our channel so you don't miss out on any more SCP
That's
stories.
what we do. Subscribe here too, you guys.
SCP-1053 is a locked room, or its contents, on the second floor of an abandoned cottage located in the village of Trundel. It is impossible to get into the room by any known means. The room's door has a crudely chalked symbol used by the Foundation to mark Keter-class objects, as well as an illegible half-erased inscription. If any living creature approaches the door closer than 5 meters, it gradually begins to experience the destructive effect of the object. Subject's body is covered with lacerations. Then the area around the victim appears to be distorted, resulting in multiple injuries, after which the remains of the creature are sucked into the crevices between the jamb and the door. Cases of an increase in the range of the anomaly to 7 meters have been recorded twice. So at the moment, the safe zone is considered to be the distance of 10 meters. From time to time, sounds of life are heard from behind the door, including heavy steps, breathing, and rustling. Unintelligible speech is often heard, presumably in Sumerian, Aramaic, and Archaic Hebrew, as well as in an unidentified language. Staying in a building for a long time affects the human psyche, including hallucinations and a disturbed orientation in space. In addition, cases of anomalous phenomena have been recorded.
Like books
It is
flying around?
mainly the movement of objects under the influence of an unknown force.
Like
In
demons.
addition, a disgusting stench was recorded twice in one of the rooms on the ground floor,
Like
the source of
demons.
which was not identified. The house in which the object is contained must be isolated from outsiders under the pretext of restoration. SCP-1053 must not be approached within 10 meters.
It's the gate to
hell. The time spent in the containment area of the object should not exceed 1 hour. To record possible anomalous events, CCTV cameras should be installed in the main corridors and rooms of the building.
Right.
The status of the camera should be checked weekly.
From the outside?
Additional surveillance is to be performed by 2 D-class personnel. On each full moon night from 000 to 400, the building must be completely empty of people. The incident report 1053-1 details that personnel D-1053-12, who was on duty at the video surveillance console in the containment area, did not make contact. Upon arrival, MTF Theta 9 Karma Scouts determined that D-1053-12 and D-1053-11 had been killed by dismemberment. Initially, it was speculated that SCP-1053 was able to leave the containment area. However, by all indications, it remained in the room. An examination of the CCTV footage revealed that at 03 a.m.,
so the
a growing
entity
howl
is
described by
door.
observers as extremely vicious, inhuman, and deadly sad was heard from behind the door.
Oh, wow.
And a sound as if it was scratched with claws, after which all the cameras recorded a flash of light of unknown origin.
Okay.
Presumably at this point, D-1053-12 died. The sounds of banging, howling, and growling and screaming came from the room for 3.5 hours,
behind the
then
door.
Stopped. Further observation helped establish that a similar event occurred every
dang it,
full
man.
moon night. The necessary additions were made to the special conditions of detention. The following is a document found in the cottage library. It appears to have been written by the deceased owner of the home.
Okay.
The damned creature exhausted me, and the clairvoyance session almost drove me into the coffin.
He summoned
But
the demon.
I had to, and now I know. I have no idea what kind
what
of thing
happened,
you are,
yo.
the SCP Foundation. All I see is that you will come, and that you will try to keep this damn thing safe. Now, all you can do is not feed her. Don't let anyone come to that damn door, and there's a chance that in 100 years from now, the filthy monster will die of hunger.
Is it a demon
I also
dog?
saw the word Keter, so this is the most Keter of all Keters. If this comes out, the world will come to an end.
Keter.
And if it eats, then for sure it will come out. I hope this paper reaches you. Now we need to put the creature to sleep and write a warning on the door.
Wow.
Farewell. Document 1053-2 is a journal.
That's crazy, dude.
The following are excerpts taken from it. Today, I checked the action of the third formula. Apparently, somewhere in it, a mistake was made because the effect is much weaker than expected, and the feedback comes from close places. It seems that the walls of Acker do not reach her emanation. The neighbors have no suspicions. Yet, this is not like in the old days, when reclusive scientists caused fear. Bless you, this age. I think I found an error in the formula, or at least I'm on the right track. The feedback was much clearer now, and it looks like I almost got through to what I needed. Today, I noticed something strange. Objects move for no reason. I seem to have aroused too much interest from the other side. We ought to protect ourselves.
It is.
I drew the Stargate sign in the basement. It seems to have calmed down. I conducted a trial test of the revised formula. He appeared, albeit not very clearly and not entirely. He didn't seem to like the call as he attacked me with his paws.
I guess not. It is
I
a demon.
myself from this creature, and then it returned behind Acker's wall. Apparently, the formula could not keep the creature in a reality alien to it. The final entry in the journal reads, "What a damn stink in the living room. Seems to be the machinations of the creature. Or did I accidentally summon something else here? Smaller.
You brought a demon.
In the morning, I began to wander around the house,
summoned R2.
completely lost orientation. For half an hour, I was looking for the stairs to the second floor. When I found it, I had already forgotten that I needed Enki and Enlil there, and what I had forgotten
Enki and Enlil?
I did everything I could. I think this is my last diary entry.
Is this other
What do you think of that
helpers?
SCP case? Please leave your comments below.
That's a freaking demon, y'all. That is classic demon summoning 101. All we need is a name, right? All we need is a name. Like, it had all of the makings of the paranormal, evil, demon type entities, right? The stink, the summoning, like the ritualistic behavior, and inhuman growls, all of that stuff, you know? Interesting. Very, very, very cool. I love when they kind of delve on the paranormal side like that, because You know, I'm a horror fan and all that stuff. At any rate, guys, this is great. Make sure to subscribe to SCP Exposed. Subscribe to me if you like reaction videos. Thanks so much for watching. As always, it's Zueljin signing off. We'll see you next time.